I never dreamed my own mother would expose my undercover identity to the syndicate just to protect my cousin. I ended up getting captured and then locked away and tormented for 5 brutal days, leaving both my legs ruined forever. I thought my life was over until Lu Nu Yen rescued me. She did not mind my ruined body at all, promising to stay by my side forever. But right on the exact night before our wedding, I saw through the camera footage that she and my mom were in the next hospital room, taking care of my cousin. My mother smiled, saying Nu Yen was such a smart girl. You planned it perfectly to ruin his legs. If he was still a cop, how could we get such a perfect kidney match? For Ki-ba? Lu Nu Yen smiled, mocking me. That useless piece of trash actually thinks I would marry him. He is totally taking care of everything for us right now. I stood there like a sleepwalker, clutching my empty left side, my entire heart completely sinking and filling up with absolute despair. Turns out, Ki-ba never had kidney failure at all. The wedding was just a trap to humiliate me. I threw away my wedding ring and joined Professor Trung's crime analysis team in America. After going through 10 years of intense close training, on the exact day of the wedding, I vanished completely. 10 years later, my analysis chart pointed straight to the main culprit, Lu Nu Yen. Wearing heavy handcuffs, her eyes totally red from crying, she held out the wedding ring right in front of me, begging me to accept. But back then, after my kidney transplant, I realized my ring was gone. Now watch this. I ripped out the 4 and rushed to the security room, completely unaware the truth was about to hit me so incredibly hard. Room 506. Lu Nu Yen was scooping chicken soup, my mom wiping Ki-ba down. Honestly, the 3 of them looked exactly like a real, happy family. My mother smiled, praising Nu Yen for being so incredibly smart, setting up the perfect plan to completely ruin his legs. Because if he was still a cop, staying up late solving cases, how could we get such a perfect kidney match to save Ki-ba? She even praised her for hiring the exact right guys, ruining his legs just enough so he could never run away, while carefully avoiding any real damage to his most crucial organs. Lu Nu Yen brought the chicken soup right to Ki-ba's mouth, smiling and mocking me. That absolute loser actually thinks I really want to marry him. He is preparing absolutely everything perfectly for us. For these next 3 days, I'm going to use him entirely. On the wedding day, I will completely crush that pretty little face of his. Ki-ba, you just had surgery. You absolutely must take good care of your health. Do not worry about the wedding. That complete idiot will arrange everything for us. As for your suit, I already ordered a custom-made one for you. It is the most expensive premium brand. Lu Nu Yen reached out to wipe the oil from the corner of his mouth, but suddenly she was grabbed tightly by Ki-ba. He narrowed his eyes at her, his gaze filled with intense desire, while she did not hesitate one bit, leaning in to kiss his lips right there. My mom teased them both as she hurriedly walked out, saying, "You two are getting married soon. A little intimacy is completely normal. I will not look." The 2 of them blushed, entirely lost in a passionate kiss. But just as the room's atmosphere was getting incredibly heated, my mother suddenly stormed back in, completely furious. "That crippled guy is not in his room," she angrily yelled out loud. "He just finished his surgery. His body is still recovering. His immune system is so incredibly weak right now. If he gets an infection, how can we save Ki-ba?" I stared at her face, twisted with curses, feeling an absolute ache down to my core. Other mothers worry deeply about their own kids, but she only feared I could not keep acting as an organ bank for Ki-ba. Hearing that, Lu Nu Yen immediately pulled back her desires, frowning deeply and saying to prevent him from running into Ki-ba. I specifically warned him not to leave his hospital room under absolutely any circumstances. Deep Fam has always listened to me. There is no way he would just leave on his own. Something definitely happened. I will go find him. She hurriedly ran out. Seeing this, Ki-ba aggressively bit his lower lip until it turned totally crimson. My mother panicked, crying out, "Ki-ba, why are you injured again?" Lu Nu Yen instantly stopped in her tracks, rushing back to check on Ki-ba's condition. Her eyes were completely full of pity. "Ki-ba, how are you feeling? Are you dizzy? I will call a doctor right away." Ki-ba grabbed her sleeve, his eyes welling up with tears. "No need, I just want you right here by my side. Both you and Auntie, you two must stay with me forever." Lu Nu Yen froze, her eyes showing a gentle warmth that I had never seen before. She kissed Ki-ba's forehead. "I am not leaving, I will always be with you." My mother cried emotional tears too, saying, "I have already considered you my own biological son." A few more crimson drops fell. Lu Nu Yen froze completely, immediately lowering her voice. Kiba, please just hold on. A little bit. I will call Deep Fam for a transfusion now. Honestly, you can guess how this felt. Watching the camera, my heart getting totally crushed by a heavy black plastic bag. My own biological mother taking someone else as her son, while my supposed fiancé actually belonged to another man this whole entire time. The day Lu Nu Yen finally saved me from the syndicate's underground basement, I was suspended from a water pipe, bones completely broken, legs ruined and infected. Because of my crippled body, had to give up my lifelong dream of being a police officer. I thought about ending it all so many times, but she took care of me day and night, personally brewing soup and medicine, slowly healing both my broken body and my spirit. I saw her as my ultimate savior, loving her so much, I forgot my own self. That is why, when she suggested a kidney donation, I agreed instantly, without a single second of hesitation. But I never expected that the person who saved me, encouraged me, and pulled me out of the swamp, craving family love, was actually the true mastermind, pulling the strings. She spent years carefully raising my ruined body for one single reason, just to turn me into a perfect medical supply for my Kiba. I tightly clutched my empty. His stomach is completely empty. He laughs, pure despair. Tears and blood fall quietly, but before he can even process the pain, Lu Nu Yen calls him. Her voice is frantic. Deep Fam, where are you? I'm hemorrhaging and I urgently need a blood transfusion. Get to the second floor transfusion room right now. He stays silent for 5 seconds. In that time, she rushes him for times. You said before we got married you would give me whatever I wanted. Did you forget? If I do not get blood, I really will not survive. He laughs softly, his voice completely hoarse. Fine. He struggles to support his own body, leaving the wheelchair to lie on the transfusion bed. The chatting between Lu Nu Yen and the nurse outside rings out perfectly clear. Use the biggest tube. Hurry up right now. I need that blood in exactly 5 minutes. The nurse firmly refuses him. Absolutely not. The patient just got out of surgery. Drawing this much blood so suddenly right now could literally kill him. Lu Nu Yen impatiently snatches the blood bag right from the nurse's hands. He is super healthy. Nothing bad will happen to him at all. Right now, someone needs blood urgently. If we do not draw it immediately, they will really die. If you refuse, I will do it myself. After speaking, she hurriedly steps in, forcefully jamming a thick, long needle right into his wrist. The sharp pain makes him convulse on pure reflex, but she immediately pins him down hard. She quickly says that nurse is new. I do not trust her. I will do it for you myself. Do not move. Otherwise, the needle will slip out. The injection site rapidly swells bright red. He stares blankly at her, feeling like something is completely choking his throat. When she surgically removed his kidney, she used these exact same words. The result? The scar on his waist is viciously distorted to a terrifying degree. Meanwhile, the scar on his cousin is absolutely flawless, down to every single stitch. She has always single-mindedly thought of his cousin, totally unbothered about him. The blood in his body drains away extremely fast. He clearly feels his heartbeat and arteries beating faster and faster, like he is about to fall into a severe state of shock. Lu Nu Yen rushes out the second she gets the blood. She does not even spare him a single glance. He gathers all his remaining strength, struggling immensely just to force out 2 simple words. Save me. Lu Nu Yen suddenly halts, frowning at him with a face full of utter disgust. It is just drawing a little bit of blood. Do you really need to pretend to pass out? You are not that weak, Deep Fam, did you? Not previously. Say you would give up your own life for me? Now, you are acting stingy over a little blood? Truly ridiculous. After speaking, she leaves without turning her head back once. He is in so much pain, his head feels like it will explode. But he can only let his consciousness gradually fade entirely. But wait, here is the twist. He actually survives. Professor Trung, a master criminologist, happens to walk past and saves him. He left behind a paper note. My boy, it is truly a pity about those legs of yours. You were an outstanding cop. Take good care of yourself. He had thought. His tears had completely dried up back in the surveillance room, but reading Professor Trung's warm words of care, he still could not hold back from covering his face and sobbing bitterly. A teacher he met only a few times could save his life, while his own biological mother hated him to the very bone. And his fiancée? That cruel woman personally ruined his legs and literally cut out one of his kidneys with her own hands. Professor Trung had invited him to join the criminal profiling unit multiple times, even though he was intensely passionate about criminal investigation, just to stay right beside Lu Nu-yen. He gave up that opportunity without a second of hesitation. Now, he grabs his phone and dials Professor Trung. Professor, I accept the invitation to join the criminal profiling unit. Deep fam, you have finally thought things through. I'm currently extremely short on rare talents. Exactly like you. If you train in strict isolation alongside top FBI profiling experts for 10 whole years, in the future you will definitely be able to solve absolutely any case. Then let us head out right away. He closes his eyes, trying hard to suppress the pain, tightly gripping his phone. We depart in 3 days. Lu Nu-yen, you calculated absolutely everything, but you never expected that I would completely and entirely disappear on the wedding day. And here is where the clock really starts ticking down. Joining the profiling unit means totally erasing his current identity. He has to make a trip to the police station, but before he can even set foot inside the gate, someone violently throws a sack right over him and drags him into a dark alley. Someone shoves him out of the wheelchair from behind, making his face smash straight into the dirt. Noseblood rapidly flows freely. Just from feeling those exact hands, he immediately knows it is his cousin, Mike Iba, because during their school years, that guy pushed him countless times into the pool, the toilet, the trash dump. Little cousin, have not been around these past few years. You have been living pretty well, huh? T-esque. These legs are truly useless now. Mikey Bus smiles smugly, pulling the rough sack off his face. Then he raises a foot and stomps down hard on his broken leg. He wipes the blood off his face, gritting his teeth. Get lost. Stay away from me. Oh wow. Have not taught you a lesson in a while. Did you forget? Who is the boss here? Do you seriously think having Lu Nu-yen as your backup means you can act tough? Haha, you're honestly just a pathetic cripple. He laughs loudly, spilling out all the ugly truth. Her taking care of you every single day must have moved you a lot, huh? But how stupid. You had no idea she was only taking care of my medicine supply this whole time. You idiot. Serves you right being played like a total puppet. Mikey Ba lands 5 heavy slaps right on his face. Then he bursts into laughter, seeing him beaten so badly he cannot even figure out his bearings. He forces him to kneel down and zips his pants, laughing with pure humiliation. Let me wash your face and wake you up. Is it tasty? Does that bring back memories of our school days? After finishing his business, he lifts his shirt, pointing right at his surgical scar with the mocking tone. Hey, is your left kidney still there? Take a wild guess where it is right now. Oh right. Your blood is also very fresh today. After saying that, he lifts his foot, stomping down hard on my stomach wound, then tightly squeezing the needle mark on my arm. The surgical cut on my stomach slowly tears open. The intense pain makes me scream out terribly. Screaming so loud, try making another sound. If you keep crying out, I will call old man Lee from our hometown over here. Cousin, did you forget? When we were kids, if you misbehaved, I called him. You would instantly behave. By the very next day, those awful childhood nightmares come rushing back. I am so absolutely terrified I can't even breathe. Only able to lie flat on the ground, gasping for air. Mikey Ba suddenly tears my pants, letting out a cold laugh. I heard if that thing touches you for too long, that spot takes its exact shape. Is it true or false? I have to see what old Lee's shape looks like. Get out, I roar, gathering all my strength to throw a straight punch right at his face. Even though my legs are ruined, after years as a cop, my arm strength remains. 2 of his front teeth get totally knocked out by my punch. He roars out in pure fury, standing up and kicking me right in the face. You dare hit me? He kicks me until my face is bruised and teeth are shattered. But still not satisfied, he violently tears open the stitches on my stomach, and then pours all the liquor from the bottle right into the wound. The intense burning sensation makes me almost pass out. Let it go. Liu Ruyan and your aunt are here now. His guy standing guard outside runs in, pulling Mike Hebo away. He still refuses to let go. One brutal stomp right into my stomach. He smears my red mess onto his own face, then gags my mouth, throwing a huge heavy sack right over my entire body. Both of them cry out tragically, then fall to the ground. Right at that exact moment, Liu Ruyan and my aunt walk in, catching sight of this tragic scene. Mikey Ba pretends to be incredibly weak, his voice shaking right now. Where did this beggar come from? I swear I clearly already gave him all my money, yet he still wanted to finish me off. It hurts so much. Liu Ruyan hugs him tightly. Seeing his mouth completely messed up with broken teeth, she blames herself until tears fall. Kiba, it is all my fault. I didn't take careful care of you. I'm calling Yifan to bring the transfusion right now. She tries calling, but absolutely cannot get in touch with Yifan. Then she suddenly remembers the phone was just crushed to pieces by my Kiba inside my pocket. Liu Ruyan goes completely crazy with anger. Useless trash. When it really matters, we cannot even find him. Truly good for nothing. My aunt gets furious, grabbing the hollow pipe from the corner and striking me really hard, then kicking my stomach like crazy. You absolute animal. You dare touch my nephew? Taking the money wasn't enough. You still hit him? Does this worthless life of yours even make up for the pain he suffered? You absolute scumbag. Why don't you just disappear for good? Liu Ruyan looks at me coldly, her voice terrifyingly icy. Auntie, why bother hitting him? Just throw him straight into the dog cages in the North City. And that is it. The dog cage in North City is holding over 30 fierce dogs ready to be put down. They are all highly vicious guard dogs raised by wealthy merchants to protect their assets. If thrown in there, I will definitely be torn apart until not even my bones remain. I struggle with all my might to let out a cry for help, but Liu Ruyan immediately TIs me to the back of the car, dragging me for a whole half hour to the North City dog cage. My skin gets dragged until it is completely wrecked. My whole body is in agony, without a single ounce of strength left to fight back. She stares right at me, speaking coldly. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself for touching Kiba. He is my absolute bottom line. If he loses a single hair, my heart hurts. Yet you dared to break 2 of his teeth? Liu Ruyan lifts me right up, throwing me straight into the dog cage. The vicious pack instantly rushes over, tearing at my face. Flesh-ripping pain washes all over me. I only barely hear them growling before they all lunge in together. My tragic screams echo loudly into the night air, sounding completely terrifying. Perish, you beggar. This is the exact ending you truly deserve. Liu Ruyan lets out a pretty cold laugh, turning around to leave. But watch closely now. She suddenly trips over something by her feet. Looking down, she is absolutely stunned to see a medical bag from the hospital. Right in the middle of it, the 3 words Yifan clearly appear. Just before completely passing out, I hear her absolutely horrifying scream. There are only 2 days left until the wedding. Seeing me finally wake up, Liu Ruyan breathes a sigh of relief, but she instantly grabs me to question me, not even bothering to ask about my condition. Why did you harm Kiba? Yifan, since when did your heart become so completely vicious like this? You know what? You broke 2 of his teeth and even injured his eyes. I just point a finger straight toward the mirror, signaling for her to look at what kind of state I'm currently in. My smile is full of pure despair. My Kiba only got 2 teeth broken and a slightly red eye. But what about me? My face and limbs were chewed up by dogs into an absolute mess. Look, my entire body is wrapped in bandages, my mouth full of broken teeth. Do you think my eyes can even see anything anymore? Liu Ruyan's gaze briefly flashes, with a tiny bit of heartache, but right after that, she grits her teeth, kneeling by the bed and grabbing my hand. I know since childhood you were not loved much, so you get jealous of your cousin, but you absolutely cannot commit a crime like this. Do you want me to marry a convict? Furthermore, our wedding is about to happen. Look at yourself right now, with your whole body bandaged like this. What kind of proper look is this? Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore. Lately, bad rumors have been spreading online about Kiba, saying he bullied you. Now, he is returning to the country to develop his acting career. There absolutely cannot be any negative news whatsoever. I also do not want our relationship with the family to stay this tense after we get married. After all, we're still one family here. The wedding is in 2 days. I really hope that today goes smoothly. She orders me to face the media, confess I orchestrated this entire mess myself, and tomorrow, donate my right cornea to make up for everything. She claims they aren't asking for much, just that I kneel before my cousin for 12 straight hours. Once I finish all these tasks, they will surely forgive me completely. She pulls a suit out of her bag, tosses it right in front of me. My fate is decided. If I just complete these 3 things, she will overlook everything and actually marry me. She gives this incredibly freezing smirk, saying the wedding tomorrow is going to be decorated so lavishly, guaranteeing I will never forget it for the rest of my life. I look down at the cheap suit in my hands. It is basically trash compared to Mikey Ba's tailored suit. I just smile bitterly. The bodyguards step up, not one single word spoken. as they drag me out of bed. They tell me my schedule is under their strict watch for the next few days. First stop, the press conference. Lu Nu Yen and her thugs roughly shove me into the car. My freshly stitched dog bite wounds immediately rip open again. The pain is blinding. My whole body uncontrollably trembles. At the press conference, I am totally forced to admit that I orchestrated everything myself. Countless people hear this confession and instantly start throwing rotten eggs and spoiled vegetables right at me. The internet is flooded with curses. Lu Nu Yen is incredibly satisfied with the crowd's reaction. She raises her foot, violently kicks the back of my knee. I collapse straight to the ground. She tells me to endure it, kneel, and beg for forgiveness, to show real sincerity. I let out a desperate, bitter laugh. It does not matter. My leg is completely crippled and numb anyway. Lu Nu Yen freezes for a second. She clenches her fists, refuses to even look at me, and steps aside. She just lets dozens of Mikey Ba's rabid fans rush in, beating me down. They tear my medical bags, laugh right in my face. Once the conference ends, I am dragged back to the hospital, forcibly stripped of my right cornea. The very next day, under pouring rain, I am forced to kneel for 12 agonizing hours in front of Mikey Ba's house. By the night before the wedding, I am completely broken, drained of all life. My eyes are totally hollow like a mindless fool. But right at this moment, Lu Nu Yen is hugging her gorgeous wedding dress, looking incredibly happy. She says tomorrow is the wedding, and she is really looking forward to it. I glance out the window, locking eyes with Professor Trung. He is waiting in a car downstairs. I am also really looking forward to this grand wedding, think to myself. The lavish ceremony begins. Flower petals fill the sky. The guest seats are completely packed. Lu Nu Yen and Mikey Ba exchange rings, kissing for 5 full minutes. The setup I arranged for years is finally able to brutally crush my dreams. She turns around. She wants to mock me right then and there, but she suddenly notices I am nowhere to be found in the audience. She quickly signals her bodyguards to go look for me, and then, acting as if nothing is wrong, she just continues with the wedding rituals. After finishing the celebration wine, she immediately rushes over to find the bodyguards, eager to ask about my exact whereabouts. The men just look at each other. Nobody dares to say a single word. Furious, Lu Nu Yen delivers a harsh kick, sending one guard crashing to the dirt. Then she mercilessly stomps right on his toes, crushing the bone. Her eyes are totally dark as she demands they speak up right now. The others panic and quickly drop to their knees. Trembling, they answer Mr. Deep slit his own wrists and jumped straight into the sea. This wedding was held at a seaside hotel. Now, pay attention. Here is where everything goes wrong. Early this morning, my door was violently shoved open. Mikey Ba walked in, wearing an extravagant suit and a totally fake smile. He said he brought some people to help entertain me. He stepped aside, revealing Lao Lai standing right there behind him, along with over a dozen men dressed as groomsmen. He ordered them to heat things up. Instantly, the whole group rushed forward and violently tore off my clothes. I screamed myself hoarse, desperately calling out Lu Nian's name for help. But she just casually asked my cousin why I was making such a loud fuss. Mikey Ba gave her a kiss, laughing. He claimed his friends were just messing around with me, and who would have thought I would be so incredibly grumpy. Lu Nu Yen and her mother gave me this look of pure disgust. Then they just turned and walked away, muttering about how annoying it is when a grown man acts so weak. Absolutely zero backbone, they said. The bedroom door was locked tight. I was so utterly desperate that I clawed at the hard floor until my fingernails literally bent backward, blood pooling everywhere. Lao Lai let out this disgusting laugh, rubbing his hands together as he stepped closer. The group of groomsmen followed right behind him, backing me into a corner. My whole body was shaking violently, with absolutely nowhere left to run. I recklessly grabbed the small fruit knife resting right there on the table and slashed a deep cut into my own wrist artery. I held the blade up, my voice trembling. Do not come closer, do not push me. But since both of my arms were heavily injured from yesterday's dog bites, I couldn't even hold the knife steady. Lao Lai easily snatched the weapon right out of my weak grip. His eyes flashed with sick excitement. He mocked me, asking if the kid from the Deep family still had that same hot temper after all these long years. He smiled wickedly, taking slow steps toward me. I struggled like crazy, used every last ounce of my fading strength to shove him, and sprinted straight for the open window. Impossible, you guys are lying to me. Lu Nu Yen refused to believe it. She shoved the bodyguards away and stumbled blindly all the way back to my room. The door swung open. The scene inside left her completely paralyzed. The room was totally wrecked, with a thick trail of blood dragging from the floor right to the window. Just seeing the stain, she instantly realized it was arterial blood. Judging by the massive amount of blood lost, she finally knew I wasn't just putting on a fake act. I truly wanted this to end. Trembling, Lu Nu Yen walked over to the open window and looked down below. Right there on the jagged reef, all that remained was a massive bloodstain, and this part just hits so hard. A bodyguard lowered his head and whispered, "Mr. Deep," jumped, hit the rocks, and got swept away by waves. We all saw it with our own eyes. Lu Nu Yen gripped the curtains tightly, her eyes completely hollow. She simply refused to accept that I was actually gone forever. She did not dare believe it. Lu Nu Yen's eyes went entirely red, her whole body shaking violently. There is absolutely no way he did this, she told herself. He can't be gone. Go find him. If he's alive, I want him here. If he's not, find his remains. The guards instantly scattered a search, right as she gets ready to head out. His mom and my KB walk right in. His mother sees the crimson stains covering the room and completely panics. My KB and his uncle just exchange a quick look. They fake this total shock, rushing right over to Liu Nhyn. Oh, God. Why is there so much red everywhere? Nhyn. Are you hurt? Liu Nhyn just gives him this incredibly cold stare, then slowly says, "No, this is all from Dip PHM. He jumped into the sea to end it all." My KB acts startled, covering his mouth in pure shock, even squeezing out a few fake tears. His mom just freezes, then closes her eyes with a heavy sigh. He was always a sinner anyway, so being gone is practically a relief. His uncle just lets out a little laugh, sounding way too casual. People have their own fate. He brought this end on himself, so who can we really blame? After that, he just pats my KB on the shoulder. "Let's go, the wedding isn't over yet. Let's drink." That wine was super expensive. Tastes absolutely amazing, but the look in Liu Nhyn's eyes goes totally dark. She doesn't say another word. The rescue team searches for a whole month, but they never find any trace of him. All that washes ashore is a single medical bag. The fish probably got to him by now. Please try to hold back your grief. But Liu Nhyn just can't accept this kind of reality. She grabs the bag, her eyes completely red, collapsing to the ground and grabbing onto the rescue worker's pant leg for dear life. She sounds absolutely desperate. "Did you search all the houses around here? What if he figured out I tricked him with this fake wedding, and that's why he got angry and just hid somewhere?" The rescue worker just shakes his head and turns to walk away. Liu Nhyn totally breaks down on the ground, clutching onto that medical bag, crying her absolute heart out. It took him being gone forever for her to finally realize she actually loved him. She drags her exhausted body all the way back home. Now watch how twisted this gets. My KB and the uncle don't care about his end at all, happily throwing a massive birthday party completely different from the fake caring act they put on before. And in that exact moment, Liu Nhyn finally starts to suspect everything. She secretly hires people to investigate, heading straight to his hometown. They dig through every single school record, from high school down to middle school. The result? She finds out he didn't have a single friend growing up. He definitely wasn't this manipulative guy who went around seducing people, like my KB always claimed. Finally, she tracks down his old homeroom teacher. The teacher just lets out this heavy sigh. Dip PHM was such a good kid, and incredibly smart, too. It's just a pity his fate was so tragic. His mom sent him off to be raised by his uncle when he was little. But Dip seeing, does he even have a shred of decency? Everyone in this whole town knows he never provided a single thing for Dip PHM, not even basic food or clothes. He forced the kid to go out and earn his own living, school during the day, then working extra shifts all night. Because of that, his grades slowly dropped right to the bottom of the class. And Dip CG's son wasn't exactly a good person either. I remember getting off work one winter evening, heading home. I was passing by the alley behind the school. I actually saw him strip all of Dip PHM's clothes off, and then pour boiling water right over the poor kid. After the boiling water, he dumped freezing cold water on him. I instantly chased Dip CG's son away, planning to take Dip PHM straight to the police station to report it. I really wanted to get him help, but he just shook his head. He said calling the cops was useless, then he just turned around and walked away. "Hey, you're Dip PHM's wife, right? Please check on how he's doing for me." Liu Nhyn stumbles out of the teacher's house, her entire body shaking violently. She wanders around his old school for 2 whole laps, until she finally spots this sketchy shadow hiding in the darkness right under a streetlight, doing something super shady. Quick, call the cops. She rushes forward and punches the guy straight to the ground. But wait, she's completely shocked. It's actually old L. He seriously has twisted hobbies like this? Did that past nightmare actually involve him too? Remembering the horrible injuries he had on the lower half of his body, an absolutely terrifying thought suddenly flashes right into Liu Nhyun's mind. She goes crazy, just punching old L in the face, forcing him to spit out the truth. Beaten halfway to oblivion, he instantly confesses. It was the young master of the Dip family who ordered me to do it. I had nothing to do with it. Liu Nhyun violently kicks him away, letting out a broken laugh. And then she just laughs louder and louder, tears completely filling her eyes. Turns out, from the very beginning, he was completely innocent. Right at this exact moment, the guards come rushing over. Miss Liu, the surveillance system in the hotel room has finally been restored. They hand the video file straight over to Liu Nhyun. Every single detail is recorded perfectly in there. After watching it, the guards are so terrified they don't even dare to breathe. All of them instantly dropping to their knees on the floor. Liu Nhyun's chest is heaving violently. She can barely even breathe anymore, just opening her mouth to gasp for air. They originally set up that camera just to keep an eye on him, and yet, it ended up recording the exact tragic moment he met his end. How could you all treat him like that? I want every single one of you to pay the ultimate price for him. Her eyes turned completely red, her hands gripping tight around old L's neck. No matter how hard he struggles, she absolutely refuses to let go. His breathing gets weaker and weaker, until finally, he just goes completely silent. But Liu Nhyun's rage isn't even close to fading yet. She drags his limp form all the way down to the basement of her house, right under the sharp scalpel of a medical genius. Old L is expertly taken care of, neatly separated piece by piece. Then, everything gets packed away in the freezer. After that, Liu Nhyun tracks down his mother and lays out the entire truth, showing her that exact video. His mom just collapses to the floor, totally stunned, mumbling to herself. That's just impossible. He was always this chaotic kid with a messed up life, failing his classes, stealing stuff from his classmates all day long, right? Liu Nhyun just lets out this freezing cold laugh. Isn't that exactly what Dip Siang and my KB told you? You just blindly believed whatever they said? And no need to tell you anymore. Exactly. Such a good, obedient kid. So why did he completely change right after arriving at Deep Kwang's house? Her mother stands there frozen. Her expression is full of absolute panic. She finally collapses onto the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. She keeps slapping her own face. Deep fam, your mother is so sorry. I was totally wrong about you. I completely misunderstood. Lu Nuyen has these furious red eyes. She tosses the knife in front of her mother. Do it yourself. Deep Kwang and my Kiba am going to deal with them one by one. I will not spare myself either. Every single one of us is guilty here. We all have to go down with Deep fam. Alright. Her mother painfully picks up the blade. Hands shaking, she bites her lip and stabs her own neck. Crimson fluid sprays everywhere. Now brace yourselves, because things get wild here. Deep Kwang and my Kiba wake up chained, tossed into a dark basement, facing well over 10 vicious dogs, eyes glowing like wild wolves, drooling endlessly. Right next to that is a surgical tape, a massive freezer, and a whole bunch of horrible things scattered everywhere with fresh crimson stains. Lu Nuyen sits on the stairs, slowly playing with the scalpel. My Kiba is so terrified he starts pouring cold sweat. He tries hard to stay calm. Nuyen, what are you doing? Stop joking around. Untie me right now, this really hurts. Deep Kwang meanwhile is so scared he absolutely wets his pants. He stammers out, daughter-in-law, what are you planning to do? Lu Nuyen suddenly explodes with pure rage. She lunges forward and viciously stabs a blade right into Deep Kwang's thigh, twisting it hard. I am Deep fam's wife. Deep Kwang lets out this incredibly agonizing scream. Lu Nuyen grabs a rag, shoves it into his mouth, then drags him onto the operating table. She ruthlessly destroys both of his legs and his 2 eyes. By the time Deep Kwang gets tossed onto the streets to beg, he has completely lost his mind. His mouth just keeps muttering, spare me, please spare me. As for my Kiba, he gets tortured by a group of beggars that Lu Nuyen hired for 10 whole days and nights. He drops down, clinging tightly to the hem of her pants, shivering, crying out loud, begging for his life. Lu Nuyen just cracks a smile. Deep fam used to be this small when he begged you all to spare Him? Did you ever go easy on him? She takes my kidney right back out of Maikiba's body, soaking it in formalin, keeping it extremely safe and sound. So much crimson fluid. Save me. Throughout the entire surgery, Lu Nu Yen never gives Maikiba any anesthesia. She doesn't even stitch up the wound after cutting it out. The heavy metallic smell drives the vicious dogs completely insane. Enjoy your meal. The dogs are finally released from their heavy chains. Growling, they lunge forward, burying their heads in to tear him apart. Maikiba's screaming gradually fades into nothing. Lu Nu Yen just stares blankly at my extracted kidney. The corners of her mouth curl up. Deep fam, I finally got a piece of you back. In the end, every single person who ever bullied Deep fam, from the groomsmen to the old classmates and bodyguards, they all get locked in a water dungeon by Lu Nu Yen, tortured every single day. But she refuses to let them perish. Deep fam, I have avenged you. When are you coming back to see me? Over the last 10 years, I have carefully recovered my physical health. Every single day, poured my heart into studying criminal psychology, sharpening my ability to accurately profile real criminals to the absolute max. And after successfully finishing my studies, Professor Trung leads our team back to the country. Countless fans who are absolutely obsessed with criminal investigation have already rushed over to the airport to welcome us. As I sit in my wheelchair, holding a bouquet and taking photos with everyone, my eyes suddenly lock onto this one strange figure staring right at me. My heart violently churns, but when I try to look closer, that person is completely gone. Not a single trace left. The moment we arrive at the police station, we immediately dive straight into work. Staying up for half a month, we finally crack a massive criminal case. On the way home after our celebration party, I get blocked by someone. That person is dressed entirely in black, standing quietly in the dark shadows. But you know exactly who it is, right? It's Lu Nu Yen. Pulling down her hood, she steps out. Seeing my body looking so pretty healthy, her eyes immediately turn red. Rubbing her hands together, she carefully says, "Deep fam, you really didn't perish." I just look at her coldly. No answer. Lu Nu Yen hurriedly explains in this really soft voice, "I managed to restore your phone. I dug up the call records between you and Professor Trung. Following the clues, I figured out you might have gone to America. Deep fam, I searched for you so many times over in the States, but that place was heavily guarded. I couldn't get inside." I let out a cold laugh. That's right. Good thing it was strictly guarded. Otherwise, I probably would have lost my life by your hands again. Lu Nu Yen stands totally frozen, as if struck by lightning. Her lips tremble multiple times, but she can't form a single word. She bursts into tears, dropping to her knees. Grabbing my pant leg, she offers the chicken soup in her hands. "Deep fam, I was wrong. Can you please forgive me just this once? I have waited 10 whole years for you. I was really, truly wrong. They were the ones who tricked me before. You used to love drinking the soup I simmered the most." Without a single second of hesitation, I snatch the bowl and smash it right onto the ground. "Drink your soup to nurse my health, just so I can be medicine for my Kiba again?" Lu Nu Yen slumps onto the dirt. Her face is completely filled with agony. I give my final order. "Get lost. Forgive you? I had a kidney ripped out by you, a leg crippled, and even lost an eye. And despite all that, you think one simple apology means I should just let it go? Absolutely. No way. Get out of my life." I steer my wheelchair, turning around to leave, never looking back once. Lu Nu Yen kneels on the ground, crying until she has no tears left. In the very end, she bows down low, completely ignoring the dirt. She slowly, bit by bit, licks up every drop of the spilled soup on the ground. Lu Nu Yen comes to the police station multiple times to find me, but she gets rejected. Every single day, she kneels right at the front gate. After kneeling for half a month with zero results, she actually starts carving out one of her own kidneys, gouging out an eye herself. She even severs all the nerves in her own legs. But it is useless. I still refuse to see her at all. Through the window, I see her flash this truly despairing smile. Propping herself up on her hands, she crawls away from the station. From that moment on, I never saw her again. Meanwhile, the city suddenly started uncovering more and more mysterious cases. At first, it was just these strange, completely frozen packages, completely dismantled into tiny pieces. Then came bizarre animal remains hiding strange traces, followed by scattered evidence popping up literally everywhere across the area, totaling up to almost 30 missing individuals in the end. Plus, these incidents all happened roughly 8 or 9 years ago, and every single clue points to just one single person. This massive mystery absolutely shook the entire nation. Everyone panicked. Our special task force jumped straight into action, heavily speeding up the hunt for this elusive culprit. Someone with an incredibly steady mind. Those highly precise marks? Most likely a trained surgeon. Their methods were absolutely ruthless, driven by a very clear purpose. Around 167 centimeters tall, quite a slender build. Honestly, hearing this info instantly dragged my mind back to those quick sketch strokes in Lu Nu Yen's hands. I quickly sketched out the suspect's portrait myself, and when that face finally appeared on the page, it was Lu Nu Yen. The day police arrested her, Lu Nu Yen just sat in that basement, smiling contently. Get this, she actually thought getting caught meant she would get to see me, but surprise, I completely refused. Inside that facility, she absolutely lost it, sobbing and screaming my name so loudly it actually shocked Professor Trung himself. So, I had absolutely no choice but to visit her. She was heavily handcuffed, covered in awful marks, just lying flat on the cold ground, completely ruined and basically falling apart. But the second she saw me, absolute silence. She fixed her messy hair, gave this teary-eyed smile, and then very carefully offered that wedding ring straight toward me, begging me, deep fam, to accept it. I just took the ring from her, raised my arm, and threw it right out the window. She froze for a few seconds, then burst into insane laughter. Lu Nu Yen faced the absolute ultimate punishment for her crimes. Hearing this news, I finally let out a relieved laugh. Myself, the rest of my life, it will be nothing but brilliant, shining light.